You need a technology that is maintenance friendly, that is user friendly, that is automatic in its operation. They do a remarkable job of cleaning up wastewater, and they're able to meet those really low limits.
What you're seeing out there in the water wastewater industry, how that interfaces with products in your line right now.
Is it something that is specifiable?
Yeah.
Is it something that brings a unique solution? Is it something that will get will accomplish a specific goal? We're losing guys that like to get their hands in the sewage.
And Steve Jobs called you and said, "I got a company called Apple. Will you?
I do.
Will you help?"
What's up, guys? We got another episode of Engineers for Communities. We've got a really great guest, Steve Hansen with Ambient H2O. He's a rep who I've worked with for many, many years, and I can tell you that he equips engineers with some of the best information, products, and service that you can get when you're trying to figure out what solution do I need for this problem. So he'll go over kind of some of his career trajectory, how he got where he's at, and some of the products and stuff that he reps. Enjoy the show.
Alrighty, hello and welcome to the Engineers for Communities podcast. I'm your host, Nate Yang, here with Steve Hansen, the owner of Ambient H2O. Steve, thanks for being on the show.
I'm happy to be here.
Alrighty, so at one point in time, you looked at your wife and said, "I'm starting a company."
Correct.
Where are we now and where have we come from?
Well, I've been in this business for now over 30 years as a rep. And in 2006, so 18 years ago, I decided to go off on my own.
What pushed you towards that decision?
I am unemployable. So I decided that my way was the better way, and this was just my chance to get out in the world and try and...
You had a vision of the future and you're going to act on it. Yeah.
The world all by myself.
Heck yeah.
So that's the backstory.
Yeah. What friction pushed you to do that in terms of like, what do you see not being done well enough that you were like, my way's better? Like, what was that initially?
Well, I was working for a very successful rep firm, and I was in the ownership group.
Yeah.
And it was mostly just having to get compromise or a solution that satisfied all parties.
You know what I call that?
Rebellious.
Well, it's getting a good idea through the nincompoop forest. Sometimes you just can't get it through.
Well, exactly. So I just decided that my life would be much more tranquil if the board of directors consisted of one.
Me, myself, and I.
And the entire vote was always unanimous.
And it seems like you have done just fine since then. And
we're doing pretty good.
Share with me the process that goes into convincing this board of directors of you to decide on what products to rep. Because I looked at your product lineup.
Yeah.
I'm not familiar with all of them, but I did see BioLargo, I saw Nuterra, I saw some things that, in my opinion, seem to be on the front edge of what us as engineers, what across Colorado municipalities need to be aware of being tools at their disposal. And how did you take the leap to say, not only this technology is here and exists, but I'm going to rep them, I'm going to provide these solutions?
Some of it is luck. So you, and some of it is you seek out what you think are innovative products. And the way we define that, at least in my world, is it something that is specifiable?
Yeah.
Is it something that brings a unique solution? Is it something that will accomplish a specific goal? So, right now in our industry, nutrient removal is a big deal. And so is there a product out there that addresses this need? And you always hope that your widget is better than anybody else's widget on the market, right?
Certainly.
Or at least competitive, at least at a price point that allows you to move forward. You could have the most innovative product on the market, but it could be so expensive and so ridiculous to implement that it belongs in a research paper, not out in the market.
And that's something that I think is so important to address as reality. It's like, hey, we can go down the theoretical rabbit hole as far as we want, but at the end of the day, someone's got to pay for it. And also, just because we've always done it this way doesn't mean we should keep doing it. So there's this matrix of theory and innovation and reality and applicability, and it seems like you've danced that line really well.
Well, we hope to. I mean, you don't have a crystal ball. And so sometimes you chase a line or you chase a product that just isn't market ready.
Yeah.
Or somebody else can do it better. So
at that point, what do you do? Say you find one of those two situations, then what? How do we move on gracefully to the next situation and survive as a company, as Ambient has done?
And so the products that you represent are fluid.
Yeah.
But there are products on my line card that have been there for 18 years.
Yeah.
And there are other ones that have been there 6 months.
Yeah.
And so it's that's one of the exciting things about this job is you're always looking for something that is innovative, but not snake oil.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
And so
you must do quite a bit of research and diligence on these products.
I in the early days, I did an awful lot.
Yeah.
Now it's a good position to be in, but most of the people that have a new product,
they research something gnaws out of it. Yeah.
And they say, okay, Ambient H2O is really good at this technology. Maybe my product will fit their portfolio.
Yeah.
And so, and then, like I said, a lot of the times it's just flat out luck.
Yeah.
You're in the right place at the right time, and somebody thinks you're cool enough to.
Some dude named Steve Jobs called you and said, "I got a company called Apple. Will you help me with some?"
I do have a product line that is owned by Berkshire Hathaway.
Wow. Yeah,
but so that kind of gives you confidence that it's a market leading product. But yes.
Wow. And so what I want to pivot to now is talking more about some of your products and things that you think could be innovated, things that could be game changing. Why don't you take a couple of minutes here and just share with us some of what you're seeing out there in the water wastewater industry, how that interfaces with products in your line right now, and riff on that for a little bit.
So right now, not only do you need a viable technology, you need a technology that is maintenance friendly, that is user friendly, that is automatic in its operation.
Well, with the amount of operators phasing out, right? Yes. These things are even more.
We're losing operators. Yeah. We're losing guys that like to get their hands in the sewage, so to speak.
Sure.
And so any solution that you can bring that is mechanically simple, doesn't require a lot of preventative maintenance. Any piece of equipment will require maintenance at some point, but the elimination of preventative maintenance, that is a big deal. Yeah. And so whether it's a pump that has a special impeller design, or a screen that only has one moving part, those are the kinds of things that you look for, and they have staying power. Now there's other technologies that and you mentioned Nuterra, so MBRs, for example, they are a high energy, high maintenance type of equipment, but they do a remarkable job of cleaning up wastewater, and they're able to meet those really low limits.
So for the right people, that's the.
If you have the personnel that can take care of an MBR, then that is a fantastic technology.
Yeah.
But you don't want to offer that to a customer that can only visit the plant once or twice a month and relies on automation to make it work. And so it's a balancing act. And so I think Ambient H2O has done a pretty good job of finding products that meet that small to medium customer base that don't have a lot of operational expertise, or just they have it, but they just are also the guy that mows the lawns in the summer and takes care of their water system and hauls the trash. I mean, you've got to make it
user friendly. And affordable. I think there's things that seem to matter a lot.
So there's certain products that we have in big plants, but I would say the majority of what we do is in that small to medium size client base.
So speaking of client base, who is the person that needs to connect with you here? Like if there's somebody that doesn't know you exist, who needs to know you exist, and who can you have the most impact on and with?
Well, we these shows are
Yeah.
not only focused on customers with needs, but you also look around in a show like this, and there's a lot of engineers
Yeah,
that are looking for the exact same customers that I'm looking for.
sure.
So, so the engineers that attend these shows are also people that need to talk to me,
So
and I need to talk to them.
you're going to make us look good, is what you're saying.
I'm just
And hopefully we do the same.
that is the
But
idea.
we together find a way to serve the customer with the things you've mentioned here. And so engineers out there that are looking for solutions for small water, wastewater plants, user-friendly solutions, Steve's your guy. I don't know, was there anything I missed here about Ambient H2O that you'd like to share with the folks out there?
No, I appreciate the time and look forward to all the wonderful contacts that I'm going to make because of this interview.
Beautiful. Alrighty. Well, Steve, thank you so much for taking the time to hop on the show. Have a great rest of your conference.
All right.
And I look forward to continuing to get to know about you and your product line.
Thank you.